Token Metrics is a cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com.
We are live. This is the Market Update. I'm your host, Bill Noble. This show is brought to you by TokenMetrics.com. If you need a roadmap in crypto, subscribe to this channel. Turn on alerts so you know when we're going live. And if you like what we have to say, please drop a like. Let's take a moment to welcome who's on the stream. We've got Sheldon is here from the Caribbean. Taz is back. Yo, yo. Joe Kelly from Corona. Lawn Shark from East Tennessee. All right. I Need a Nap from Kentucky. Montreal is here. Spartan 1. Greece is here from Athens. Double AM says, I don't want to feed the bear. Wise words. Okay. Iowa City in the house. Indiana. Stockton, California. Welcome. Okay. Sheldon says the dollar index and bonds look interesting. Bonds do look interesting. That's our second slide for the market update. Okay. We have California, Rancho, right? Hello, everybody. Right. We have somebody coming in as an extraterrestrial. Athens, Greece, Peru, Fort Hood, Texas. Welcome. Right. Jersey is here. Andre giving me some notorious love. Western Michigan, Denmark, Jersey. Welcome to the show. Tunisia is also here. All right. Andre Britt says there's something out there and it ain't no man. That comes from an old movie called Predator, where a specialized tracking guide knew that there was an invisible monster out there. He knew it was coming. He just couldn't see yet. Then the monster showed himself, at which point Arnold Schwarzenegger, the lone survivor, said, get to the chopper. Protect yourself. So with Predator trivia done, okay, and Madrid in the house along with Colombia, okay, let's get into your market update. Chop, 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 sell. This is the new roadmap. I used to have that like 1 through 10. It's way too volatile for that now. Okay, and I'll go over some volatility. I know I blew your mind yesterday with the GAN and Bitcoin Pizza Day thing. I put it on my Twitter, crypto_noble. I pinned it as a thread. If you want to like go through it slowly, I'll talk more about it. But here's the bottom line, right? The market's going to chop, chop, and then you sell, right? Here's what everyone's doing right now. We talked about this yesterday. Market was going to go down 3%. Everyone's going to be like, okay, here comes the crash. They get short. Then it rips up and it's up 1%. And they go, up, it's the relief rally. They get long. Then it goes back down 3%. And then after 5 to 6 days of that, everyone goes, I can't trade this market anymore, or I don't have any more money left. And then see it. Gone. Like, so gone, you won't be able to sell. That's how fast it's going to go down. But we have to do all this first. Legacy. Stocks are so amazing. I swear to God. It's like the Fed hikes rates. The economy's falling out of bed. The Fed's going to continue to hike rates. Zero Hedge says we got 10 months of wheat left. The planet does. The stocks are still holding up. But, you know, they went down. They were up 1.8% yesterday, and they're down 1.8% today. In my experience, when stocks get this volatile on a day in and day out basis, it means forced selling is coming. Like, don't sell what you want to, sell what you can. So when the predator monster shows up, right, and they get done with the chop and it's time to sell, they're going to sell the most liquid thing available. That's S&P futures. At least that's what they're doing right now. Speaking of the economy, my favorite bond market strategist from Schwab says, oof, home sales came in much lower than expected. Wait, you mean the 30-year mortgage rate went to 7% and people didn't want to buy overpriced houses? What? Really? Down 16% month over month. Now, here's a question. What makes the long bond go up? Remember 30-year bonds? It was going on and on and on about how bad it was, that the prices were going down and the rates were going up. Okay, well, let's do the other side of the lesson. What does the long bond love? What does it love? Here's what it loves. It likes slower economic growth and the Fed on the war path to stop inflation. So believe it or not, when the Fed hikes rates and the economy's weak, long bond yields drop and bond prices go to the moon and beyond. Oh, and by the way, if you add a stock and crypto debacle to that, forget about it. Forget about it. It's just gone. So long bond futures, I used to work in this pit when it was done by humans. Classic head and shoulders bottom, break the neckline, and then bounce off. Bounce off. Like, I don't know, it was up like 1.5% today, which for bonds is huge. Like this long bond, and then we're going to add something else that's going to slow the economy down. Oil. So believe it or not, I mean, it's like touch and go. But if oil's above 109.5, this is U.S. oil, 125 is next and 162 is possible. You have a geopolitical event, gas is already at $6. Gas in many parts of the country is already higher than it was shown in the apocalypse movie, I Am Legend. So the zombies have taken over, and the last printed gas prices were lower than they are right now. So what is going to happen if oil goes to 160? Well, it's probably the end of stocks. It's probably long bonds to the moon. And I don't know what happens to crypto, but we'll talk about that in a second. I suspect it's not good. Let's talk on-chain data. So this is a highly subjective world. Okay. This is, I'm like, maybe 6 months into studying this. So, like yourself, we're learning about it together. All right. So because I lived through 2018, I'm always interested in what miners are doing. So this is Bitcoin miner net position change. And if you look over here for 2022, you've got this big, ugly red thing. Miners, get me out, right? You know, I'm taking 25K Bitcoin. I don't know what my cost of production is, but it's a lot less than 25K per Bitcoin. Now, sometimes miners sell when it goes up, but sometimes miners are like, you know what? I'm getting out. So there was a rally in 2019 and the miners stopped it cold and it collapsed. What's got my attention is the 2018 example, right? Where when the market started to go down, okay, there was a big red spike. And there were a couple other red spikes in 2018 before the final capitulation. Okay. So if miners smell a bear market, like in 2019, it was maybe considered still a bear market, even with that big rally. If miners smell a bear market, they will sell. And if they continue to sell, okay, they can break this thing. They can break it because they broke it in 2018. They sold at 6. They just kept selling at 6, at 6, at 6 because their production cost was like 4,000 per Bitcoin. And then it went to 3,000 per Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin miners were out of business. Now, I don't know what the numbers are today, but these guys are selling. Now, Glassnode has all kinds of interesting indicators. You basically have to watch an 8-minute YouTube video and take notes to understand them. So they have entity adjusted long-term HODL, NUPL. They described it as emotional state. Like this is the emotional state of long-term hodlers. So red is capitulation. Green and purple is like euphoria and belief. And yellow is either optimism or anxiety. And I think any way you cut this, it's bearish. So if they're optimistic, well, that's fascinating because miners are selling. So I don't know if BTFD is the right move here. Matter of fact, I suspect it is not. If they're experiencing anxiety, that means they may have their finger on the red button waiting to bail out. So for anybody who's looking to buy on the 200-week moving average, you might want to think about these long-term hodler guys. Are they going to buy down there or are they going to go into capitulation mode? Now, this accumulation indicator that Glassnode has, it gets dark purple when people accumulate. Now, you'll notice up here, I should have put an arrow, but I got faked out in the bull market, the bear market rally, because when the market went up, everything went purple. And I was like, oh yeah, smart money's buying. And then it got smoked. And now it's purple again. So what does that mean? Well, it means people are buying the dip. That's bearish long-term. It might be bullish short-term, which is why you get this price action where the market goes down 3% and comes back. Because the bigger guys may be thinking Bitcoin's cheap here. Okay. Good luck with that. You know, if they buy and it doesn't go up, then that's when you'll know something's wrong. So that's why you've got this chop, right? Everyone's trying to get short, and then bigger guys are down there doing BTFD. Okay, SOPR. All right, the question is, are people buying dips? So this is long-term holders, and this is measures like how fast coins are moving around. So when it gets to where it is right now, around 1, you know, it could mean that they're getting optimistic and they're buying the dip. It could also be the start of capitulation. Now, when I looked at some of the capitulations from 2014 on the left and 2018 in the middle, you know, it looks like the long-term hodler guys, you know, they don't really time the market. So they get optimistic and start buying dips after they see it drop. But in both the 2018 example, you know, like these guys capitulated in their own right. Like buying the first dip did not work. It did not work in 2014 either. Matter of fact, if you bought the first downdraft, it either went nowhere and cracked or just cracked. So if they're buying the dip, they've made this mistake before, assuming we're in the type of regime where you can have chop, chop, sell. I mean, what do you need to go from chop, chop to sell? Dip buyers and then a negative catalyst. If everybody buys now and everybody goes to sell all at once, who's the buyer? If whales are buying and the market turns and the whales sell, who's going to take it from them? Nobody. Bitcoin futures open interest. So technical analysis textbook, page 60. If open interest and volume expand in the direction of the move. So if the move's down, right, and open interest expands that, you know, expands and goes up, that's confirmation that you have a strong downtrend. So either macro hedge funds are probably selling Bitcoin futures, or maybe the whales are buying physical Bitcoin and hedging it with futures. That would make sense. Or there's some scary guy out there that broke Luna. It's like, oh, look at all these profits I got. Let's kill Bitcoin. Let's just keep shorting it. These whales want to buy? Awesome. Let's fill their orders. Let's just get shorted. Because if they're wrong, if the whales are wrong and it disappears, it's Luna part 2. Except it's the whole market, not just Luna. let's talk the roadmap. Okay, Bitcoin may act like Bitcoin in 2014. So that means right before the start of consensus week kicks off in Austin like June 6th. Somewhere like right after Labor Day, like June 1, the market should start to crack. And when Bitcoin cracks and the market cracks, it's going to crack hard, in my opinion, right? That's why it's chop, chop, and then see it. And I think it means 14K, right? Because now, why 14K? Because you're going to have forced selling. Not people aren't going to sell because they want to. People are going to sell because they have to either liquidate inventory, or they're going to have to sell to protect illiquid NFTs, or the hedge funds are blowing up and they need to just sell everything out. There's something out there. We don't know what it is. Now, by the time we do know what it is, it'll be over. That may be a long time. But what will happen first is forced selling. Forced selling. Okay? And that probably leads to 14K. And then once the forced selling is done, right, they hold it down, sell, 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 sell. And when they're done, there's no one left to sell. They liquidate everybody. Everyone pukes it out. And then it's the opposite. There's no seller. There's nobody there. So when somebody goes to cover shorts or buy, what happens? They just go straight up. It looks like the most spectacular rally you've ever seen. So it may bottom at 14K and then may go back up to 28. Right? And then when it gets to 28, everybody will be calling for 100K. It's all over. And then it goes down for a couple months. That's, I think, what the roadmap is. Right? Sell, like stay out of the chop. Sell, protect yourself, right? Let it go down, cover at 14, and reverse. And then get short at 28, and I don't know what happens after that. I mean, I'm playing crystal ball here. Okay, just as a reminder, ETH monthly chart, the Mark 13 top for April. So that means May will be down, and then it will June, July, August, September. 4 more down months to get to a 9 bottom, right? Let me make sure I got that right. So May is 5, June 6, July 7, August 8, September 9. Right here. Been talking about this since April. Okay, ETH. Pretty good case for ETH, right? I can make a case for long ETH, short Bitcoin. And I see it in the on-chain data, but I'm not going to bore the hell out of you with that. Okay, ETH does look like it's making a sideways breakdown out of a Fibonacci circle formation. Here is the expanded view, right? Where you can see ETH, tried to retest the top of the fib circle. And now you're like, Bill, what's a fib circle? It uses Fibonacci math like that are in the retracements, except it uses them to create circular formations. Why am I looking at that? Well, because no one else is. It's as simple as that. So I've noticed that when you break these circles, okay, you can get bigger moves. So if you go back to this slide, I've got a couple different circle structures drawn. And when you exit the circles, it goes down and then it'll go sideways and then it'll go down. It'll break a circle and then it'll go down. So when you break these, you break through these circles, either by going sideways or going lower, you're on a timer. Today's the 24th. I don't know. Got a 7-day timer here. Aave. Let's talk about DeFi. Stablecoins. Just a brief reminder, who is in charge of the integrity of the dollar? Yes, I know, central banks, I know. But on paper, who is in control of the integrity of the dollar? The Fed and the Treasury. They have regulatory enforcement arms. You do not want to meet them. So everyone's like, ooh, the SEC is coming. The guys that went after XRP. Yeah, no. The Fed after UST, where people thought they were in the dollar, and that turned out to be the phony baloney monopoly money dollar somebody is going to get a visit from the Fed. Now, I know that sucks for crypto, but that is something that no one is talking about. That it isn't going to be, it may be Janet Yellen, but it may also be Powell who takes the podium and said, you know what? We're over this. We're over it. We are in control of the dollar. Now, if that happens, that could cause turmoil in stable coins, which I really can't chart. But I'm sitting here, I'm looking at Aave. God, I love Aave. Aave's got all these great features, and I get it. But I'm looking at this DeMark work, right? DeMark does Elliott Wave, and it takes the subjectivity out of it. So, and one of the best things it does is it helps me with like Elliott Wave, because I can't count Elliott Wave the way the Elliott Wave guys can. I'm more of a GAN guy. So Aave goes down to 65, and then it goes A, 95, B to 80-something, C to 98, and then it does this weird thing where it keeps going. It's almost like it's an extended part of the C. And what the D wave has is it has something, you don't see it that often. The D wave will pop a 0 in there. Now, that either means it's the end of a 5-wave structure, up or down, or it could be the end of the corrective stage. So if you got Aave doing A, B, C, 0, scary, right? I'm afraid for Aave. I'm afraid for DeFi. I'm afraid for crypto, right? Someone was saying, hey, what's a black swan event? Or what's the black swan going to be? Well, I don't know. You don't know what the black swan's going to be. But if somebody comes down on DeFi, people who own Aave will know first. Because again, Aave is rooted outside the United States in terms of its governance, as I understand it. So if Aave starts to go down, it's like an indicator. If Aave starts to go down, then there's a problem with the whole crypto system, with DeFi plumbing. I mean, like total value locked in DeFi. I'm not going to bring up the chart because it's just kind of stupid. It's like straight up, straight down, right? And how far can total value locked fall? I don't know. Farther than people suspect, the way this market is. Okay, Ethereum futures. Ethereum futures funding rate is, or has been, massively green the whole month of May. So maybe people are doing like long ETH, short Bitcoin. I don't blame them. We discussed that yesterday. Now, what I would caution you is that, ETH is breaking down on some charts. So I understand why you would want to do long ETH, short Bitcoin. I get that. But I also would caution you to think that if you can just sit and spot ETH and be safe for the next, I don't know, month or two, you better rethink that. You better rethink that. Because if you think ETH is going to sit still while everything else goes 1929, again, put that in your calculator and recompute. Wave counts, Bitcoin. We've been talking about this. 40 to 26 was wave 1. 26 to 31 was wave 2. And now we're just all sitting here. We all know it's going to happen, but this is what 2 waves do. They bore you to death. They chop you to pieces. Chop, 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 chop. And then you give up, and then it goes. Now, the definition of goes in Elliott Wave is a 3-wave. Okay? Now, what I think you have to do in this environment, while we wait for the 3-wave, if you're going to trade altcoins, then you have to find the small altcoins while we're in this choppy environment in the bigger coins. So don't go anywhere, because we're going to do altcoin overtime. Okay, ETH, we're waiting on wave 5. So wave 5 is very emotional, right? It's emotional. It can be smaller than wave 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. We're all going to make it. Oh my God, no. The monster is eating me. 5. That's what's coming in ETH, right? That huge 5-wave, or that huge emotional 5-wave, which is going to go along with the Bitcoin 3-wave. Cheery, cheery stuff. Don't get smoked. Don't. Okay? And that is the market update. Okay. Aiken says debt market is the black swan. Okay. Bright says don't FOMO. There will be a time to buy. Okay. Very weird that ETH shorts went down as ETH went down. Yes. ETH open interest, ETH futures open interest actually fell. Right. Taz is loving it. He wants $10 Litecoin. You know what, bro? So do I. So do I. You know, if stable coins are in trouble and the market's totally destroyed, there has to be a new form of money in crypto. Now, I know I was like 2 years too early. All these trades I wanted to do got destroyed. The future of money, I know it's going to happen. And sure enough, the way it's going to play out is they're going to completely destroy the future of money. That's just going to, I mean, little kids are going to be able to buy these things with their lunch money and their allowance. That's probably what they're going to do to it. Like the Dash, the Bitcoin Cashes, the Litecoins, all that stuff. They're going to just kill it. Okay, cool. I mean, that's November, right? Taz says mining difficulty is deep. Megan says looking to accumulate near and KDA, looking for good entries to slowly DCA. I think the time to DCA is July 4th, right? Like there's going to be a quick down and quick up. And then if it continues to go down, that's where you DCA. I think you DCA July 4th to the end of Rectember, not investment advice. Okay, so somebody thinks there's going to be a geopolitical event, right? Bull Runner 76 is here. Welcome. Okay. Speaking of a black swan, Aiken says, let's print $1 trillion for monkeypox relief. I had monkeypox in yesterday's market update. That could be the spike from 14 to 28. Can you imagine everybody selling and Michael Saylor getting liquidated? And then some like Western European country has to lock down because of monkeypox? Oh my God. Everybody's like, oh, the Fed can't raise rates anymore. I could just hear it. You know, the equity market never met a bullish fantasy that they didn't like. Now, I know monkeypox is sad because people are going to get sick. But, you know, in equities, bad is good because bad keeps the Fed away. Or at least in their minds it does. Okay. Oklahoma is here. Welcome. YOLO said, should we drink red wine and watch the market burn? Okay, this is a good question. So in a bear market, everyone loses money, and here's how it works. So longs buy the dip because they think the capitulation has happened. Shorts get greedy because they're like, damn it, I missed it. I got to get on top of it. So the longs buy the dip. They get stopped out. The shorts get greedy. It rips up. They get stopped out. Then P&L destruction starts. What's P&L destruction? Well, let's say you have something that fundamentally should go up and you're long that. And you have something that fundamentally should go down and you're short that. Because that makes sense. Well, what happens when someone taps you on the shoulder or a computer beeps and says you have to unwind everything? Like we have to reduce risk across our hedge fund or mutual fund or whatever. So the thing you're long, which everyone else is probably long too, because hedge funds imitate each other to try to catch performance. Like, you know, if Joe's long, Fred's long. So if Joe's long something good and Fred's long something good and they have to get out, who's buying from Joe and Fred? Nobody. Nobody in an illiquid environment. So the thing that should go up, that's high quality. Now this thing that's no good, that should go down, that Joe and Fred are short, if everybody's short it, who are they going to buy from? Nobody. What happens if there are fewer counterparties in the market because people blow up and there's less liquidity? Where are they going to get it from? Nobody. So the stuff that's great collapses and the stuff that's trash explodes. This is why in a bear market, everyone loses money. This is why people will say, well, wait a minute, I don't understand. Like, my coin is great. It might be, but it's like saying my boat is great and then driving out into a hurricane and wondering why you got destroyed. You wouldn't drive out into a hurricane, would you? No. So don't do that with your money. Don't do that with money. Don't say, all right, I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to hold my coin for 5 years. Well, don't do that, because what's next in crypto has not yet been discovered. Has not yet been discovered. And here's the thing, folks, right? For altcoin overtime, right, we are focusing on small coins. Don't laugh. That's right. We have analysts, or an analyst, hats off to you, sir, who goes through the site and is looking for things where our artificial intelligence goes, hey, pay attention. Pay attention, because the grade jumped. We got like 3 small coins or 5 small coins here where the grade just jumped and the price only went up a little bit. So back to earlier. What do you do during this chop, chop, chop period? Well, the longer it takes for the market to finally turn over and go 1929, the more time the market has to explore what might be next. Aniverse, experience to earn, metaverse platform, video, gaming, shopping, DeFi, etc. ANV is the symbol. There's the trading view chart. So obviously the AI is picking up on the move from 32 to 80 cents. But there was a colossal give up trade from $1.40 down to 20. Now, if we look at the token metrics grade, okay, yeah, the price went up, but the grade is spiking faster. The grade is now at 87. So this is what we're looking for. We're looking for a spike in the grade, okay, before there's a spike in the price. And the best one, again, this is not investment advice. Do your own research, okay? One of the coins that showed up had 79 Twitter followers. I'm not even showing it. Okay, Point Pay, PXP. So we have a little dial now that makes it easier for you. It's kind of like green. Okay, look at the price chart. The market isn't really moving and the grade exploded. The grade's at 82. And on TradingView, interestingly, okay, it looks like kind of a green shoot there. And yeah, it's been a pretty decent rally, but look where it was, man. This thing was like 11 cents when it came out. So whatever this is, may be value investing. GRIT. You see what GRIT is. Cryptocurrency exchange using Binance Smart Chain platform, enabling NFT payment applications through stablecoins. Somebody's going to win the stablecoin game. Somebody is. Somebody's going to develop the future of money. I don't know if they will, but we all know about crypto that they're going to try. So again, the token metrics grade flies higher. Okay, this seems very illiquid. Okay, but again, the AI is picking up on destroyed altcoins that are moving. So you're like, all right, Bill, well, you know, you're filled with cheery news in the market update, and I'm tired of it. I like you, but I'm tired of it. Like, okay, I get that. But, you know, if you look at the trading view on GRIT, it's kind of breaking a fib speed resistance fan and it's going green. So I don't know if something like this is worth it, but it is worth future research. Okay. This is not investment advice. I don't even know if I would touch this, but our AI did pick up on something with 79 Twitter followers. It earns yield on crypto. I don't know, 14% on USDC. And I don't even know if I believe any of this. But the AI did pick it up, right? It picked it up. All right. This is what the chart looks like. Okay, WELD. Fintech project which develops a cryptocurrency payment card service. Interesting. How about a altcoin with utility? I was talking to one of our guys today. It was like altcoins with utility are going to be the only thing that survives this. Okay, token metrics grade exploding. Price not doing much. Okay, price not doing much at all. I mean, yeah, it went from 1 cent to 4 cents, but this thing was at 35 cents. So, with the token metrics grade, it can pay to look at small coins while everyone else is getting chopped up. Obviously, do your own research. Do your own research. Let's see what's on the stream. Let's see what's in the chat. Okay. Any updates on Zilliqa or HNT? Okay. I want to go through this. I'll go through these couple coins, and then I will go to crypto news of the day, a new feature. Okay, so let's take a look at HNT. Okay, so HNT on a 4-hour chart, you can see a 13 bottom, and you can see people
Bill,
buying dips.
You're not sharing the screen.
I'm not sharing the screen. Okay, there we go. So you have a 13 bottom. You have people buying the dips. I don't know. No, that's Elrond, not helium. All right. Okay, so here's helium. Okay. So people are trying to buy the dip. People tried to buy the dip here. People bought the dip at 7. So I think the thing you have to ask yourself in helium is, given that it has a very strong fundamental value proposition, like, where is support? Like, is there a way to draw support in helium? And the question is, I don't know. I'll try to draw something while we're here. This is kind of a difficult way to do it. Okay, so perhaps $7.65 will hold. My guess is you've got at least 2 more down weeks. Right now, in helium, unless it's going to go to $1, right? If helium broke $7, I might be inclined to start DCA. Just because I know from our fundamental guys that, there's like a drive to earn is coming, where they're going to be able to map, Hive Mapper, I think it's called, right? That's going to run on the helium network. It's going to be like decentralized Google Maps. So assuming gas is not at $10, you can drive your car around. But if oil goes up, helium might go down, because drive to earn won't be a short-term thing, but it could be a long-term thing. Okay. Okay. Routine Cheese is here, sir. Welcome. Okay. Welcome. Okay. Leland, I appreciate the love. Zilliqa, we haven't talked about that in a long time. Zilliqa was the classic example of, you cannot buy winners. You cannot buy big dips in big winners. You just cannot. Okay. So Zilliqa, 2 huge spikes, all the way back down. Support is at 5 cents. Most likely 4 more down weeks. I know nobody wants to hear this. I saw a couple of big prominent Twitter guys kind of being sarcastic, going, everyone thinks their altcoin's going to make it, and that's not true. That's kind of mean, but they might be right. You have to accept that. Now, Zilliqa may make a 13 bottom on a daily chart. Okay, it may. Okay, there's a 12, so you may have one more down day, and then you get to see what is Zilliqa made of. Okay, now let's switch over and go to news of the day. News of the day in crypto for May 24th. GameStop launches wallet for cryptocurrencies and NFTs. So that's good, right? Well, I don't know. Little kids put their allowance in crypto on their game console, and they have a 50% haircut. But I guess if you're putting your allowance in or your Uber money in, you can DCA. So it is good that GameStop wants to get involved in crypto and NFTs. And not to be a smartass, it makes sense to do these things in the bear market. Build in a bear market, right? Speaking of building, PayPal will soon accept all forms of crypto, reveals the vice president, according to Binance. Okay? So big players still want to own crypto. The future of money is going to happen. Okay, so you have to, in your mind, you have to say, okay, all the selling, all the forced selling, all the institutional oopsie daisy, all the margin babies getting liquidated doesn't change the future of money. Like the future of money, NFTs as a way to do all sorts of things is not going anywhere as an idea. But the price action could make you go, oh my God, I'm never touching this ever again. I will never, ever, ever buy this again. And as soon as you feel that way, that's when you should buy, which is why I want you to get out safely during this phase. So when everyone is like, I'm never touching crypto ever again, there's rumors all over the tape it's going to be made illegal worldwide, right? Aliens from outer space are going to come and, use a photon torpedo to take out Bitcoin mining machines. Whatever freaking story they're going to make up at the bottom, it will be truly unbelievable and epic. You want to be there for that because PayPal doesn't care about the price action. It's like, oh, you guys want to mark this down so that regular people can buy it? Cool. Cool. Okay. Now, that doesn't mean BTFD now. That means protect yourself now so you can buy it later. So when, after they get done with the aliens taking away the Bitcoin miners or whatever, and then they get to, oh, wow, crypto's really cheap. Hey, the dollar's going lower. Governments have no credibility. What are we going to do for money? Well, we can't do stable coins. Well, how about whatever? Or how about some small altcoins? Like the future of crypto is unknown. You got to have a Token Metrics subscription. Why? Because I work there? Well, no. You got to have it because you got to find out what's next between now and September. It's going to reveal itself. But if you're not looking, you won't see it. You won't see it. All right. So Cynthia Lummis, a very popular senator, is tweeting just in Senator Lummis to introduce bipartisan Bitcoin policy framework on June 7th. And the senator says, we appreciate all your patience. Pretty soon we will iterate on this policy in public. More feedback welcome as we get it rolling. Now, people, let me ask yourself, does a crypto-friendly senator with laser beam eyes, does that tickle the contrarian in you a bit? It certainly does. God forbid, June 7th. Hey, isn't that when consensus starts? Bitcoin Pizza Day says 15 days from Bitcoin Pizza Day, you could have a problem. 15 days from Bitcoin Pizza Day on May 22nd is, drumroll, June 6th, I believe. So, laser beam eyes, people too bullish. Public policy announcement, people may anticipate something good, and then either it's sell the news or they can't get the legislation or whatever it is, it doesn't work out. So hope feeds the bear. Laser beam eyes definitely feed the bear. Don't feed the bear. Don't. And that is crypto news of the day. Get to the chopper, somebody says. Oh my God, somebody says, take a look at PERP. I don't know if I could take a look at PERP without crying. I swear to God, I cannot believe they took PERP down to $1. What are they doing? This is like I got to eat my own cookie. Like, oh, the altcoin I love went to zero? What? The altcoin you love went to zero. I mean, I just can't believe this thing must have had some kind of gigantic token staking unlock. Like 13 and 9, no one cares. Boom, 13. And then they have a rally and then they sell. Now, that said, if we're in this chop phase, remember how I told you that the stuff that was garbage can go up? Well, that's what happened with PERP, right? Was that, I don't know,
Bill,
$1, and then it went to $1.75. Yes,
Bill,
I'm
you're
not
not
sharing
sharing.
screen.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So PERP went to $1. Then there's a 9 top on the 4-hour chart, and it comes off. So the only way PERP's going to go up is if there's like an upturn in PERP where you get the 9 top, and it's not a 9 top, it's a pause. You get the pause, and then it resumes. Would I bet on that? I don't know. But the bottom line is, folks, one of my favorite altcoins went to $1. Okay, Polkadot, which I'm interested in. I'm interested in Polkadot. Like when they kill everything, I'm interested. And wouldn't it be funny if everybody gave on Polkadot and Polkadot went up as the market went down? Probably shouldn't say that because that's hopium for the Polkadot crowd. I don't want to be issuing hopium and telling people they're safe when nobody is safe. Okay. But I'm interested in Polkadot. I mean, I'm going to a Web3 conference. I'm speaking at a Web3 conference in Austin. Web3, the future of the internet. Want to know how many times I'm going to hear Polkadot mentioned? My money is on 0. There'll be like little cartoon characters dressed up as NFTs. They'll be everywhere, but nobody will be talking about Polkadot. Okay, so Polkadot has support at 967, and if there's no support, if that breaks, well, then is trouble, right? So, you can DCA in Polkadot when everyone's given up. I don't know what that is or when that is. I mean, Polkadot was unable to get above resistance at 13 and cracked, right? And I don't have, you're probably looking at 2 more down weeks. Okay, or 3 more down weeks, rather. 7, 8, 9 for the DeMark 9 bottom. So, who knows where that takes Polkadot, but I'm interested. Okay, Mad Max says Bitcoin AK. God, I saw somebody on TV. I was talking 7K. I saw some guy in a suit on CNBC going, Bitcoin's going to AK. Yeah, no shit. It's nice to see my research get around. Okay, Ben says, when bear rally after it gets to 14K. Or after Michael Saylor gets liquidated, whichever happens first. I feel bad for that guy. He really wanted to do the future of crypto. Now, I don't know how that guy's going to hang on unless he's going to get so short derivatives that he can stay with the course. I don't know. Okay, near there's a 9 and a 13 bottom. Let's just check what the market's doing right now. Okay, so near is unchanged. This is the daily chart of near. I actually think it's more useful to look at intraday price action. Believe it or not, intraday action may be able to give you long-term levels. So I'll bet close. Okay, so near had support at 528. Resistance is at 587. So one of the things that this brings to mind, and I'm going to try to expand this. One of the things that you get, people will say, oh, we got to sell rallies. The distinction is at this stage of the game, rallies could be intraday rallies, right? Like all the shorts get trapped here, right? This is where everyone's trying to get greedy. And then everyone's like, okay, I'm going to sell an uptick. I'm going to kill it. And then it comes back again. Okay. So when you sell an uptick, you're either selling it at resistance or on a break just above it, or you just let them take it up. Most likely, again, it's where people give up. So when you see this level of frustration, like making money in markets like this requires a lot of patience. 1929's got to happen, but so does everyone else. Because the predator, there's something out there and there ain't no man. There's like several giant people that have got both, they got two sell buttons and their fingers are right here. Okay. So they're just waiting for the right time. They're just hoping somebody chases it. Not my people. Some other YouTubers people can chase it. We're not doing that. Even if near goes to 6, I mean, you want to trade for a day or two or a couple of hours, yeah, fine. But don't FOMO in thinking, oh yeah, this is the relief rally. Everyone's talking about the relief rally. Forget about it. They're just going to relieve you of your money. Okay. The relief rally occurs after you have epic price action, despair, and fear. It's so scary. You can see the bear or the predator when you're sleeping at night. Right? We don't know where the bear is. So if they want to take it up, let them take it up. Just be patient, because the guy who's pressing the sell button, he's just going to wait for all the little guys to come in, and you have to draw these intraday points. Now, I know that was a very, very long analysis of what's going on with NEAR, but I do think you can get a lot of information out of these intraday chart points. Yes, I said it. You will be relieved of your money. You will be. Okay, Tezos. Okay, I don't have the details yet, but we have become interested in these coins. We have become interested in Tezos. Well, I don't know. I don't know about Tezos, but I know Stellar and XRP were more interesting to me yesterday. I'm sorry, they're more interesting to me today than they were yesterday. That doesn't mean they're immune from problems, but that just means they're a little more interesting, okay? Because they could be a part of the future of stablecoins. More details to come, okay? So Stellar, daily chart, 13 bottom, trying to break through a trend line, trying to do something good. When I read about these things, I was like, hey, maybe there's going to be a coin like, it actually happened. Avalanche did it. PERP did it. Right? NEAR did it. When the market was going down, there was like 1 or 2 coins that actually went up. Now, I got to be real careful when I say that, because, people who already own that coin, they're going to think they're safe, and people are going to FOMO in with their rent money. Somewhere in here, though, there is a coin. Token Metrics may help you find it. That's how I would find it. So somewhere there's going to be a Token Metrics grade that's going to go above 80. It's going to be a big coin. So XRP, okay, 9 bottom, 13 bottom, not going up, not going down. People who like this may have a point. They may have a point, right? If the most important thing to regulators is about stable coins, my original theory is they're going to come down on XRP hard, but maybe they have to give XRP a pass. Or maybe whatever XRP does, another coin that does what XRP does might do well. Just looking at trend line analysis, you want it above 41 cents. So we'll see what that means for XRP. Right. Huckleberry Native says, I'm dying to see what alt will rise from the ashes, and no better place to find that than the ratings page of tokenmetrics.com. right? Where you see the ratings above 80. Something will rise to the top. Literally, we don't know what it is yet. We don't know. Okay, GLMR. By the way, did you know Token Metrics actually prints newsletter reports about future hidden gems? It comes 7 days a week we publish. Only 1 day is me. Like all the other days are our research analysts publishing stuff. So if you want to start keeping a notebook, we actually have a cool little like section where we, have all our reports. You should check that out. Okay. Glimmer, not Glimmer. Moonbeam. I'm sorry. Moonbeam, GLMR, okay, has room to go to $1.43 in a phantasmagoric short squeeze. Okay, if GLMR breaks out, it could unwind the whole give up trade if I'm wrong about the market and it goes up. Most likely, you see this thing down here. There's a 9 and a 13 bottom. So, if you want to play the altcoin lottery and say, hey, this might be the one that makes it, that's dangerous. But this DeMark work is okay. It's okay. Just beware the failed rally, right? When it looks great, remember I told you about the big scary men with the eye patches and the red shirts and the white ties from Wall Street? Want to know when they sell in bear markets? When it looks great. Like, all I would have to do is tell them, this looks great. This is reversing. Like, okay. Hang on, Bill. Hang on. We can pick up the phone. Selling. Just be careful. Something out there, and it ain't no man. Okay, I do not have PLS. Okay, can I explain the difference between the basic and the advanced token metrics plan? Okay, as I understand it, the basic plan gives you access to this page so you can see the ratings. Okay, and then if you want to actually click and see what's going on with the coin, then you got to jump up to advanced. And then I think people who have basic can also opt to get the 7-day-a-week newsletter. So I think we're making it easy for people to get ratings and newsletters. And then I think, you have to pay to get, the chart with the AI grade and this little new dial where we kind of boil it all down for you. So that's how I would explain that. By the way, we also have a book, Get Your Crypto Investing Guide, which you can download for free on our website as an ebook, or you can get it on Amazon in print. Do your homework in a bear market. That is the best time to do homework. Oh, I forgot about Tezos. And then we'll start wrapping it up. Okay, so Tezos, again, another one of these coins that is trying to be the coin that does well as the market gets hammered. So again, during the chop period, who knows? You may get a move in one of these coins, right? Like, there's two ways to look at it, right? You go like, all right, you want to stay out of the chop and the big coins, but the small coins during the chop phase between now and consensus. So now is May 24th, and consensus is June 7th, you know, some of this stuff might try to go up. Now, what should you be doing? Well, you should be reducing risk, right? Unless you want to die on that hill, right? But you could get 7 up days or 6 more up days in Tezos, right? I mean, it is trying to be green. So somewhere in here, there's, oh, Apecoin. How could I forget? Okay, so Apecoin. The question is, can or should you buy the Vogue coins before the market fell out of bed? You know, I'm leaning towards no, but that's not going to stop people from trying, because probably tomorrow they're going to try to buy Apecoin. Looks like you got a DeMark 7 on the 240-minute chart. So they may try to buy it. They might try it. You know, they got resistance at 782. They got resistance at 807. I wish them all the best. You know, Apecoin is fun. It'd be pretty funny if Apecoin was the future of money. You know, the craziest ideas are the ones at the bottom that you want to take. I'm not sure if this is it, but that's where we're at. Crypto.com, aka the House of Pain, probably. Okay, so the House of Pain, we have a 13 bottom and a nice candlestick on the 4-hour chart. All the shorts trying to kill this, and dip buyers or short sellers are covering. That's what it looks like. The question is, does somebody want to take it above 19 cents? So with these altcoins that are going up during the chop phase, right, the question is, okay, yeah, everyone wants to buy the dip, but are people willing to pay higher prices? Right now in crypto.com, no one is willing to pay over 20 cents. Because every time it goes up there, it gets slammed back. So, I mean, I know that anytime anybody sees green, everyone's like, oh my God, my altcoin's going to make it. And I hope it does. But most people's altcoins probably won't. And you have to be cognizant of whether or not people will be willing to pay higher prices. Okay, Matic. Okay, trying to get Matic up here now. There's a couple guys on Twitter like seriously making fun of Matic. So there's a 13 and a 9 bottom. It's at 65 cents. Okay, let's go to the 4-hour chart. I mean, you can see people trying to buy it on support at 63 cents. The problem is they just can't get it going, but who knows? Like, this is A, B, and who knows? There might be a C up here. Again, you know, part of chop, chop, chop could be chop, chop, squeeze, right? Everyone knows it's coming, and the move won't start until everyone who knows it's coming is out. Let me say that again. If everyone knows the move is coming down, the move won't start until everybody is either discouraged or stopped out. That's why I want you to stay out of this. Keep your head clear. Have a nice Memorial Day. Pop the screen open on Sunday night. I'm sorry, on Monday night, and just let them have it. Let them have it. And then right before consensus starts, let them have it again and hope that that's when it breaks. Let's stay out of this chop. Okay, so let's sum it up. Don't get caught in choppy waters. Don't get greedy or frustrated. Don't. This is the time when you want to go, like, get your Zen on, right? Get your head ready for battle. Because nobody is going to make money in this type of situation. Only the people who can bring themselves into like a serene place read a chart, get some good research, okay? And then take it from there, okay? One final question. Somebody wants to know, is buying Aave at 95 crazy? Okay, well, it's not crazy, but the question is, how much money will you make? So here's Aave, and this is an A, B, C correction with a DeMark 0, which means you had a little bit of extra after the C and the correction is over. So if you think DeFi is going to be fine and you have high conviction on Aave as a quality project, then 95 is a great idea. When I look at this chart and I see a correction that goes A, B, C, 0 with DeFi and stable coins with negative news flow, I would personally not do this now. There's a time and a place for Aave. Instead of 95, it may be 59. It may be 9. I don't know yet. But, you know, it looks cheap. And just as a reminder, the cheap can get cheaper. Matter of fact, the cheap always get cheaper. So remember that. Remember, stay out of this so you can do this when you need to. That's the market update for today. I'm your host, Bill Noble. I will see you tomorrow.